And Brandon, I didn't mean to, insult you with the mustache comment.
I'm not insulted. I'm honored.
So, how can we, shed that kind of, unfortunate, veneer that's been put on ophthalmology? Should we be actively embracing ophthalmologists? Like, I know that optometrists are approached by ophthalmologists, and that's the dinner conversation or the lunch conversation. What can we do? Like, what are ophthalmologists like? How should they be receptive if we have an optometrist wanting to approach an ophthalmologist about doing myopia management? What's the best way to do that?
Yeah, I think there's a couple of pieces, I guess, to my response. I think Cheryl said it really, really well, and the way that to draw an analogy in the surgical world, we welcome more competition, if you want, of people doing LASIK because it raises awareness. We like it when we see people have ads out there, even if it's not ours, because
Right.
that's what happens when somebody advertises LASIK in our market, even if it's not us. Awareness goes up and our phone starts ringing. Right. And so I think the high tide will raise all boats. Right. And
Yes.
so the more people doing it, and that would be my perspective. I have no interest in this because I feel like I have found what I'm passionate about. But I don't know that from my perspective, I would tell ophthalmologists to stay away from it. I think you follow what you're interested in. If there are pediatric ophthalmologists that say, boy, I just, strabismus surgery isn't it doing it for me. I like the research and the data behind, because there's probably, I don't think there's a lot evolving in strabismus surgery. So if you want to be cutting edge, you're probably not, just a strabismologist anymore, right? You probably get into myopia management and other diseases of pediatrics. But, I think the best approach is to connect with an ophthalmologist and find out what they love to do. And so I think about how I connect with optometrists. I try to find out what they love to do. Do they love to fit sclerals? Well, my approach is I don't do any of that, right? I don't do that. But I know how important it is. And I want all of my patients who have keratoconus after cross-linking to have sclerals. And, that's kind of the approach I take. Figure out what each other's kind of like niche is, and try to respect the line. There may be some overlap there, but find out how a patient benefits from the fact that you have a good working relationship, and think of it from that perspective when you approach the ophthalmologist. And I think more times than not they will be receptive to it, especially like Cheryl said, if it's a younger ophthalmologist who's more open to this advanced way of practicing.